Welcome to For Glory Series 1. I am YoshnJa, your MC and commentator for this evening's match. I am also joined with WngMan, who will also be co-commentating tonight's matchup. WngMan, would you like to say hello real quick? I am excited to not only co-commentate with Wing, but also for this first series. This is our first ever event for Glory, and thankfully, I believe we're going to have a real fun match here between Guitarmanager and LastKingSaviour, and I know that they're super excited to put on a show for us. So let's go ahead, and before we get to all the things here, we're going to go ahead and go over the format real quick, which is called Standard. And what Standard is our classic 5v5 signature format. With Standard, players deploy 1 unique plus 4 generics, or even 5 generic only team if they choose to. Both players will also share a pool of 40 actions, so every decision matters. They will also both be on a 13-minute chess-like timer, which doesn't result in a game over once it reaches 0, but rather it starts a 20-second reset during each of their unit's turns. If they fail to execute an action before then, that unit's turn will immediately come to an end. The loser of our first game gets to choose whichever map is a part of the Tactics League map pool for Game 2, as long as it wasn't already listed from the maps we randomly rolled. Now that we have finished going over the expectations of the match format, let's get LastKingSaviour and Guitarmanager set up for Game 1. I'll be back with you all momentarily as we perform roster verification, starting with Game 1 on Golgollada Gallows. I'll see you all in a sec. Alright, we had a little bit of a slow start getting everything situated, but we are now commencing game 1 on Golgollada Gallows. You are watching from LastKingSaviour's perspective versus Guitarmanager Team Red. Might be a little bit of latency issues one in between the stream, so you bear with us and try to go through that. Might be a little bit of slowdowns here and there. I think we're going to start off here first with LastKing going a focus on WngMan. Check on guitar squad. Always a great thing to do before you start the game. Make sure to always take a look to see what your notes are.
A little Crown Scepter action.
A little Crown Scepter action, and speaking of Crown Scepter, that's a pretty different item compared to vanilla. The original Crown Scepter, if I'm not mistaken, gave +3 or +4 magic attack in the original game, but in here it's a totally different thing. Wing, you want to kind of go over that real quick with those while LastKing's finishing up his turn?
Yeah, I'll try to explain it the best I can.
Yeah, I know you've used it a couple times, so
pretty much the way Crown Scepter works is it does inversion casting, and what I mean by inversion casting is it scales with atheism instead of faith. So the lower the faith, the higher chance and the more damage it will do. Which in this remark, if Construct 8 has atheism, so he still can't be affected by statuses besides confuse, but that also means positive as in like protect, shell, and haste. But he can't be affected by the cures, the Asuna if he does get confused, and he can also be quickened by the time magics on that white mage.
Right.
And that's that's all thanks to the lovely Crown Scepter.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good way to explain it. So basically, long story short, if you basically cast spells, normal faith-based magics, if you're an atheist, you can actually cast it in the reverse. Normally, only with faith. If you have faith, you can cast it like the maximum potency. But with atheists, you actually cast that at the maximum potency instead with the Crown Scepter item. So it definitely helps the construct being able to get really powerful cures off. Even the time agents CT +53 quick, which is like the target is charged up. Anything with us. Getting a little bit of stream lag there, so if you guys hear it, so I apologize in advance.
Looks like Guitar is going to do just that. Looks like he's casting a quick on Construct 8.
Alright, shifting gears over to LastKing's Dragoon. LastKing's going to go ahead and advance his Dragoon forward to the middle of the map. So I'm going to go ahead and go for a jump. So that's a new little thing, I don't know if you guys just noticed, but the latest update also adds the ability to see the jump time through the menu, so that way you don't have to necessarily have to do the math real quick to figure out between your Dragoon's speed and the target speed and hitting that 50 checkpoint. So that's a new little quality of life that was just recently added, and I hope you all enjoy that. I think it's just something that makes it a lot easier to make those type of decisions. So you're like, okay, I know I can land this here, and unless the opponent has some means of being able to speed up that unit somehow before they get their turn, I know I can always succeed on that jump. Alright, now we're swapping over to Guitar's Construct 8, aka Junibot. With his innate flight up towards the top half of the map.
just gonna start off with a hardy dispose, or yep.
Going for that 6 range dispose there. Solid break over him. Last Knight. And Guitar's going to go ahead and shift his Dragoon up top as well. Looks like he's going to be singling out that Onion Knight and getting him down as fast as possible. We'll go for a really hard-hitting jump there, 531 there with Pierce. Also, Guitar's Dragoon's heavily stacked with the jump. That's another change with the PvP mod is that the jump stat they normally don't use much for other than going traversing high terrain is accounted for as well with the jump ability. So stacking into jump the stat and in addition with your PA can really reach new heights with the jump ability. So that's actually kind of how Guitar has his Dragoon set up. And in fact, LastKing's is also kind of set up in a similar way as well. Alright, so it looks like Guitar's going to land that quick there on Construct 8. That's going to give him extra 50 CT there, so Construct's going to be able to get his turn again here momentarily. Looks like LastKing's going to respond and keep that Onion Knight healthy with the next spot. It's a solid 250 heal there by LastKing.
Shields even higher with a Golem there as well, which Pierce will go through.
Yes. Good point there, Wingman. Pierce ability does allow jumps and attacks to touch the Golem, whereas any other time it would absorb the hit, or Golem would absorb the hit. And Guitar does have Pierce slotted in his Dragoon, so that is something that he doesn't worry about much either way. Just a nice solid block there for that Dragoon. Guitar's Nameless Song is going off. It's going to get Protect Shell and Region out to only two-fourths of his team. Well, Construct can't be status in that sense. So it was kind of an unfortunate roll there for Guitar.
Now, I do have a question. I haven't actually seen this interaction yet. With the unit with Pierce, will it still deplete the Golem shield, or does it just bypass the Golem shield?
Good question. Pierce bypasses the Golem shield completely, so that damage will go directly to the target's health instead. But it won't do any damage to the Golem itself. So let's say that Guitar's Samurai will attack LastKing's Dragoon that's in the middle. That Golem will still take that damage, basically.
Okay.
Guitar will get the first kill there with another solid 3-4 dispose on Construct. Alright, now we're switching turns over to Guitar's critical Samurai. Guitar's going to respond with a Kiku Ichimonji.
So 272, that's actually, that's pretty good.
Not bad. He's actually not moving in the Samurai either, so he's going to conserve CT there. Maybe he's trying to see what LastKing's going to be up to as well. But saving CT while critical isn't a bad idea, honestly, especially as he kind of has the range capabilities right now. This cloud is something we need to really watch out for because this cloud is a immense cloud, so that means this cloud does 50% more damage done, but it takes 30% more damage taken.
Wow.
Cross slash is pretty scary there. 709 Braver potential there, that is almost one-shot capable, but if that mansion procs, the Bard will barely survive. Cross slash there though, I think it's a good choice. You got the stop on the White Mage, and the critical Bard was a solid play there by LastKing. Alright, Bard's going to re-up another Nameless Song. Hopefully we get all... Alright, yep, we're good to go there. So all 4 of the units got their Vital Buzz Protect Shell and an additional region added.
Solid Lancet.
Yep. Oh, but the Mana Shield will take that hit there. Alright, so Last King's Dragoon didn't get the kill there. He will get a nice little top up there. White Guitar Samurai is still alive. Hanging by a thread. Guitar's going to go ahead and position his guitar, not his guitar, but it's going to position his Dragoon back towards his White Mage. Currently that White Mage is stopped. And I believe that Dragoon has access to items. Yes, so he's going to go ahead and get Adrenaline there. He's going to get her right out of that stop, get her back in action. For those that aren't aware, stop only freezes that unit's CT, so if they were near 100, then they would resume, and she was sitting at or near 100 prior, so she does get punished. Very good play there by Guitar. Samurai does have a cultist road, which actually makes you atheist, and because of the Crown Scepter, he is guaranteed that 100% hit rate, so he knows he's going to be able to land that without fail. Alright, now we're going to switch gears over to Guitar's Bard. The Bard is still in critical, but has a decent mana MP shield left. At 331.
I think he's gonna go for the double attack on his books.
He might. It looks like he's in position to do so. He is running into a little Bellevue. And that Cloud... Oh, actually, take 8. The Cloud does have a Behemoth, so if those hits land, he's definitely a goner. Alright, the quick will succeed on the Samurai, so it's going to be 50 CT. That should get the Samurai in the next action here. See if those 10 games land. That's a solid crit there by 551 and a 359. That Cloud is definitely gone. Good play there by Guitar. Currently, Guitar is up 5-3. Guitar is going to shift the Samurai over towards his stack. He's going to do a solid Morosame there. Get a 224 heal there to his...
Well played.
That's a nice little region on top of that. So that 224 and the 130 combined, that's almost going to back put his heart back. The Last King is going to get his Knight to do a Phoenix down to get that Onion Knight back into play there. I believe the Onion Knight's about to get his action as well, so that's a good play there for the Last King. And he's going to move that Knight in front of C8. Okay, that was a very, very bold decision there. Alright, speaking of C8, it is C8's turn.
Definitely got some options with that C8 now, with that Knight placement.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got the pulverize. I wouldn't go for the attack because she's in defending. It's got the defender, so that's a real high evasion, real low hit rate ultimately. But looks like he's gonna go for the salvo. Okay, that's a good play. It's gonna get the Onion Knight. It won't hit the Knight. It's like kind of outside the hitbox there, but that Onion Knight will be re-downed.
I think it was just trying to save a few hit points off the recoil.
That's definitely fair. Definitely fair. Good assessment there, Wing. Alright, so we got a turn 1 cast with Last King spells with the Jaw Magics.
He's going to have a hard time hitting the Samurai and the White Mage with the Crown Scepter. Oh no, it still hits. That's right. I forgot you changed how the Crown Scepter works.
Yeah, the White Mage will get damage, but the Samurai with Atheism, definitely not. think he's got. I think he's probably have to go with the. Yeah, he might have to go with the status play here. Honestly, might be his best bet, especially if you down a couple units. Looks like that's exactly what he's going to go for. Is charging with YoshnJa, turn 1.
Definitely solid play there. Take out 2. Indirectly take out 2 of his support units.
Yep. Very solid play there by LastKing. Alright, so Guitar's White Mage Bar goes to sleep for a little bit. Now it's Guitar's Samurai's turn. He does have plenty of options here. So Samurai's probably not going to box anybody like he went up. I just don't think that'd be a good idea, but I do see some offensive presence going on there.
Oh yeah.
Especially with
2-for-1 action there.
Exactly. With LastKingSaviour and Guitar stack already. Plenty of idle options as well.
Definitely be tricky pushing into your opponent's territory when they haven't moved up a whole lot.
Oh, definitely. Alright, looks like Guitar's going to go ahead and get right in there. Solid 323 there by the Samurai and did not get the break, so he's able to recast that katana again on his next turn if he chooses to. Alright, so LastKing's Dragoon is looking pretty weak, but he's still alive and 9 critical just yet. And the Dragoon honestly has a lot of options too now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a hard hitting. This is a one-shot jump or even a poke. The basic attack should be able to take down a unit as well. Yeah.
Maybe
no mana shield either because they're asleep.
Tail Sweep might be really good here, but I'm not sure. I don't know if it'll be
I don't think Tail Sweep will do it.
Yeah, I don't think
he's
so
got
either.
Brawler on.
He doesn't have Brawler. I think it's Pierce, so yeah, that's... Oh, looks like LastKing's going to commit to a 4-tick jump there against Guitar's Bard. And now we're going to switch over to Guitar's Dragoon's turn. Guitar's Dragoon does have items, so he has plenty of options, including Remedy to get one of the 2 sleeping units up. And I mean, honestly, could even do a counter jump too against the Sage or the Knight. Probably the Sage, if I had to guess, but this is going to go ahead and position his Dragoon in towards where the other Dragoon is. It's going to go for this house. Okay. Oh, there's a crit though. Oh, that was unfortunate.
Oh no.
Oh man, that was definitely unfortunate there. Guitar did end up killing his White Mage with Tail Sweep. He did, however, get the Bard woken up from his nap, so that's good. The Bard is entered again. He's at 123 HP there, but still has that 35 HP.
Oh, I see now.
Okay, LastKing with all the money here. He gets a really high range Phoenix down. That's the kind of cool thing with items. Items have no burn checks, so you can toss an item from like 10 spaces down in this card. And Cloud is back up now. Fortunately, it's T8's turn, so Guitar could go for that Cloud and get him redown. Probably something that's on his to-do list, or at least on his consideration, because we don't want that for him as Cloud doing any work right now. Seems to be the case. So there's a solid Cloud.
Salvo.
Oh.
Oh, able to hit the Sage as well.
Yeah, that was a solid double kill.
That is not looking good.
It is not looking good at all for LastKing at this point. He has 2 units in play. If you're going to land, Guitar's Bard will go down from the jump. And now Guitar's White Mage revives thanks to re-raise. It's currently 4-2 Guitar. Guitar's going to charge up another quick on Construct Bait. And on action 27, Protect Shell starts to fall off. Still got a few more actions before it does the entire field. But LastKing's Knight no longer has Protect Shell, so that means that she's able to take the full brunt of damage, you know. So you're going to wish Guitar is taking advantage of that. He's going to go into Juraden on the Knight. solid 494 hit there. The cherry will shatters. He'll be able to recast that again. Knight does quick. And now guitar's White Mage will cast quick. Now we'll succeed on Monstrous. Monstrous should be near turn or should have a turn.
Yep, there it is. Assuming he's going to go for the Dragoon first, so he doesn't have to worry about the re-raise. I'm not quite sure what the turn order is, though, so... Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely a smart idea. Pulverize. Trees in the face, 544. Last King's going to go down. Last King has 1 unit remaining. It is a critical knight. And Guitar should be able to wrap this up here.
Yeah, I think a Lancet will do the trick here. You don't have to worry about attacks.
That's true.
We didn't get to see it here, but for those watching, I don't know if anybody noticed, but C8's movement did get increased from 3 to 4. For anybody that hasn't seen the patch notes. And also, if I read correctly, I haven't gotten to play test them yet. Pulverize also has 1 additional range and now has a vert of 1.
Vert of 2. Oh.
Vert of 2.
Shiriadori actually prevents the lance if they're hit there. The knight is still standing by a thread. Alright, and switching over to guitars. White Mage, she's in crit, and she still has plenty of plays and capabilities. But yes, Pulverize did get a range increase, so it's 2 range, 2 vert. This all, and the movement increase as well. C8 is all kind of helping make sure that he's able to have melee capabilities and be able to be more offensive when needed.
I think the best play would be go for a gravity. Oh, nope. Okay.
Just going for the top up there. Yep. Turn 1 Jura. It's going to get C8 full, and that's also going to get that samurai action full as well. Great, and now last.
Love that atheist on atheist.
Oh, for sure. Last King's Knight is hanging by a thread. It's his last unit in play from 31st action. Not against me. I don't see anything really realistically the last one can do to pull this out. It does have items. Check the CC to see if you can get a unit up and play real quick, but who knows? Yes, through the YouTube chat, the game audio is a little louder than the voices, so yes, I can bring that down. You can bring that up.
Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily his frame rate that's slow. I think it's just the stream itself, but I could be wrong there.
Hopefully that does help the audio there. Thanks for bringing that up. YoshnJa, hope I didn't butcher your name there. Appreciate the feedback. Alright, Guitar's gonna get the revive on his Bard. This game is not over just yet. Guitar pretty much, he's got his whole team in play. Protective Shell is now falling off on the 33rd action here. Awesome, appreciate it, thank you.
Let's see, can the Bard, I'm not sure if the Bard has fly or not, or can get up in range to... Oh, it'd be hard to get a book attack off with defending.
Bard has moved 2, so yeah, it will be kind of tough to do that.
Ooh.
Like, maybe? He does have dance, he does have armoring, so you could potentially try to go for the mincing and just roll with it, see what happens.
Yeah, just get some chip damage in, yeah.
Alright, I'm getting some stream freezing here, so bear with us while it tries to work its way.
Yeah. We do have a streamer coming from the other side of the planet, so...
That's very true. Looks like Guitar was charging a taking there. But he's also going to land the Dispose. And then the take aim will kill the Knight. Yep. kind of getting some auditory feedback there. We'll wrap this game up in the 35th action.
And sorry for the viewers on YouTube there. Yeah, gonna be a little choppy.
All right, they'll wrap up game 1 here. That's going to be ending at 25 minutes, 10 seconds. All right, if you guys hang tight, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute and undeafen Guitar and LastKing. 1 second.
Well,
Right.
Mitch, I could have done better there, really.
Guitar and LastKing, I have you unmuted and undeafened. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, appreciate the fight, guys. GG's to you both.
GG.
Hey, GG's. Shot guitar.
All right, so LastKing, since you did lose the first game, is there a map of preference that you want for game 2?
Okay, cool. I'll just have a quick look.
Yep, that's fine.
Maybe Sal Ghidos, if that's cool.
Yep, Sal Ghidos is an option. All right, sounds good. So, viewers, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to downtime for a few as we get them set up for game 2 and do roster verification. I'll be back with you all in 4 minutes. Alright, and we are back. We are starting game 2 on Sal Ghidos. Guitarmanager currently is up 1-0. This could be the deciding game for Guitar to take this for Glory Series 1 match. But LastKingSaviour does have an opportunity. If he can take Guitar down here in this game, then we will go to game 3, and that will be the deciding factor. Alright, so during... Oh, go ahead.
Good. Nope, after you.
So, just inform the viewers out there, so Guitar did make a unit swap. He did actually switch his Dragoon out for his Orator this go-around, and Last King did not switch his team out at all. Excuse me, and also he swapped Construct 8 out with Merrick. But Last King is still using his original team that he had for the first game, for this series. Right, go ahead, Wing, what were you trying to say?
That was what I was gonna say.
Even better.
I like the synergy he has with running Merrick as the backup unique to replace Construct 8, taking advantage of the Crown Scepter with Merrick's low faith as well.
Oh, agreed. This is a Samurai variant of Merrick too, so really solid Iaido. This Merrick doesn't have Nether Mantra though, so he's not using Merrick's unique skill set here. But again, that synergy that you were talking about, that's what's really going to make or break him being swapped in.
Oh, wait.
Oh, looks like we have an issue here. Give me 1 second. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and unmute and undeafen both of them. 1 sec.
It looks like he was missing Mori.
Last King and Guitar, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, Last King, I've seen you were doing some weird menuing. Is it because you don't have Kiyomori, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so... That's really weird. I'll tell you what,
When it's your knight's turn, check your inventory. Oh, good.
Well, just out of safety, let's go ahead and do a replay of game 2. And you guys go ahead and both...
That's fine.
Well,
I'm happy to run it still.
Are you sure? Because I prefer you to make sure you have the same stuff. Okay.
No,
Alright.
that's fine. I'm happy to run it.
Alright, sounds good. I'm gonna go ahead and resume muting and deafening both, okay?
Alright.
I think I got both. Okay. Alright, yeah, that's odd. We'll have to check into that a little bit later. But on the show, we'll continue to go on.
Bring the full screen back up for YouTube there, Yosh.
Yep, I got it. Alright, now with all that being said, we are going to continue on here with pretty much both in the pregame phase where they're taking a few turns to get any casts off, so protect shell or any statuses or things like focus, where there is downtime between both teams. Sal Ghidos is definitely there's some distance between both team spawns, so there's plenty of, at least a good 2 to 3 turns, I would say, that they have before there's really going to be some engagement periods. So getting a couple of pre-game casts is definitely important. Seeing their Guitar went ahead and got a minus 20 faith there on his Orator. That's also going to allow his White Mage to synergize with the Crown Scepter and improve her casting on that Orator as well. Alright, shifting gears over to Last King's Dragoon.
sometimes.
It can be, yeah. The camera, sadly, we don't have like a free roam camera, so it can be a little rough, especially with the buildings being the size they are. Now there's a camera tilt with the shoulder buttons, but that can only go so far as well.
Yeah, it typically does help out a little bit. Maybe he'll adjust that. Ooh, I forgot that orator has a YoshnJa with the chantage.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting build spec. No one will see Guitar running a setup like that, so it was really cool to see him run a little, I guess, kind of an orthodox setup. You don't normally see an orator run a bow, a long bow at that. Nope. So, but I mean, this is the map to do it on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this map is really well sought after for longbow archers or anyone with bows, including the Kanye Knights as well. So you can get that orator up top and then not be checked as much. She could be definitely a threat there for Last King's team. We've got the Hestasia out there on Guitar's team, and we're shifting over to Last King's Knight. Last thing we go for the Bulwark there on his Cloud and Dragoon. And the Knight as well. So they apply Protect Shell to all three of his allies, which will reduce their damage taken by 33% against physical and magic abilities. Last King is going to charge up another golem there. It'll be a 508 damage shield golem once it completes. For those who aren't aware of how golem works, golem is very specific on the abilities that it actually prevents damage, or absorbs damage rather. It only works with the regular attacks. It also works against jump, throw as well. But certain things can kind of get around that. Things like take, aim, any abilities that's not what we mentioned also gets around it. So it's a very hardy skill. It does apply to all your teammates regardless of where they are. So that's one other great thing about it. But it does have its limits as well. Guitar's going to go ahead and get his Q-Mori out there on this squad. It's going to get Protect Shell on everyone. Definitely a good idea, especially with the downtime in between turns here before engagement, to apply that a little later than at the start. Because again, there's some turns in between, right? So doing this a little bit later will allow for the late game to still have that Protect Shell up, versus doing it at the very start and then having it fall off a little sooner than where your opponent would, and then that would leave you wide open for all attacks and abilities.
Team-wide enlightenment, it seems.
Guitar's making sure that all of his teammates are pretty much down to 40 faith with the generics, so I pretty much make sure that White Mage has all the potency with her abilities when it's her turn. I mean, even at just a simple -20 is honestly more than enough. That's a pretty big swing. I mean, just dropping 10 points already yields you probably a good I would almost say about 10% increase just by doing that alone. So -20 is probably about 20 to 30% more, depending on what we're talking about. Alright, with that being said, Guitar's gonna get that re-raise up on Oni, his Merrick. That's a guaranteed hit there with Crown Scepter and Merrick having 3 faith. Right, and we have one finale tick there that will get Professor's CT up. Now, Professor is Guitar's bard, so pretty much this means that that bard is going to go ahead soon. But that also does give Guitar the option to change up his bard song, or even or go into a dance thanks to Garment Ring. Getting a little bit of stream lag there, so bear with us. So, Guitar's Merrick is technically in position to do a Kiku, but he's going to wait it out another turn, get another focus off. The increase to power and magic there is going to definitely get his Iaido damage really up there. Iaido does scale with both your power and your magic stats, whereas in the original game it only scaled with your magic. So it does matter to kind of have a balance between the two stats this time around, instead of just stacking into raw magic. LastKing's Cloud going to cast as a motto there. That's 4 bravery to all nearby units of the cloud. That's that motto will shatter there, so they won't be able to recast it going forward. Alright, and LastKing's going to go ahead and advance his cloud towards the center of the map. LastKing should have plenty of jump options here. Now the CTs was really going to be the make or break here. He might be able to get one on the Orator or White Mage, if I read that correctly. He's got a 5-tick jump. Merrick's definitely a safe bet.
As soon as I ball on Merrick, yep.
Yeah, that would definitely be a safe bet. Definitely checking the turn list to make sure that it doesn't, that he won't get the move beforehand. Alright, he's going to go ahead and commit a jump on the Orator. Yeah. I mean, that Orator's potentially a threat. I mean, she's got a Yoichi bow. She is Chantage, so that Chantage does guarantee that Yoichi bow's Rend weapon to proc if she successfully lands the attack. And Rend weapon will break the target's weapon. So, that is potentially a threat that LastKing may be weighing in on. Definitely a good option for her to go after Cloud's Kiyomori. Though Cloud would become barehanded, but he still has options through Bravery and Cross Slash, so it would be less damage, because he doesn't have Brawler, but still a fearsome threat with Behemoths.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm shifting gears over to Guitar's Samurai. Samurai does have a couple options, including engaging with Cloud here, if he chooses to.
Something here.
Yeah, he's taking a little longer than usual to contemplate what he wants to do, and that's okay. He's got plenty of clock left to work with, so he might be trying to figure out if he wants to go for Cloud, or he's definitely moving in range. I think he's in range to hit Cloud. It's kind of weird. The Kiku does have a 3 vert on it, so he does. All right,
Yep.
I'll do it.
Yep.
That's gonna be a really hard hitting Kiku though. I guess that Vehemence. I didn't actually catch the damage number there. Kind of had a little screen lag there as it landed, but we know that they had it hit fairly hard there.
It's gotta be close to critical.
Yeah.
Maybe not. It's 270.
It was it was like 272. Yeah, I think it was a 272 Kiku from game 1. So
It was
30%
probably
more.
about 400, 300, almost 400.
So it's an extra like 82 damage. So about 354, give or take. But it looks like Last King might be responding there.
Oh yeah, looking at his inventory didn't carry, or his inventory did carry over from last game. So
yeah, so there seems to be an issue with that. That's
It's
what.
yeah.
That's odd. I haven't seen or got any reports about that until I'm just watching this right now.
I just out of pure habit, I always reset in between games.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it might be the safe bet going forward, at least until we figure out what's going on with that.
Yep. Solid X potion there on the cloud. Try and keep him alive. Hopefully we'll get to see a nasty level 3 limit.
Ideally, yeah, he should be even at level 4 at this point. Guitars should be trying to keep that from happening because we don't want to get hit by an Omni Slash or... I mean, honestly, he's got any option would work.
Oh, can we get the rare block?
The jump will land on the Orator. Her mana shield will absorb most of that hit, and she'll be at 123 HP starting her turn. Star's taking... Oh, that's a Golem block there, but that will still hit the Kiyomori thanks to how that whole thing works. Proc ability still will activate on Golem Shield even if the attack hit, so that will still break the Kiyomori even though Cloud did not take any damage. Now, earlier we were talking about how like take aim gets around Golem. That's why Guitar is charging a take aim on his Bard instead of just basic attacking, because that will get around the Golem. So unless Cloud can evade both attacks, or at least if he can evade one, he should be safe. But if he doesn't evade either attack, then he's dead. Alright, so Last King should have some pretty decent cast times here on his Sage. She is really slow. She's a 10 speed Sage. So with everyone already acting, she should have a pretty quick cast. And this actually might be a really good thing for Last King, especially right now. Oh, no, maybe not. She's at 3.
No, we got level 3s, yeah. It goes. Not before the take aim, but...
Yeah, I think that was, I'm assuming that's what he was kind of banking on, was being able to kind of shut down that bar before he lands. We don't want to mess with Merrick on spellcasting. Unless you got a Crown Scepter, that is not going to do.
Preemptive raise on the Cloud, perhaps?
Oh, he's got... He's going for some off Fairy.
Yeah, I could go for the Fairy. He's gonna go ahead and put the Bard to sleep.
Alright, let's see what happens here. That's a crit again. Oh man.
Oh, another
That's,
crit.
yeah, it's first crit in a row. Cloud will go down from the first hit. Alright, Last King does have plenty of options here. With Untitled, he does have plenty of plays. He should ideally try to get on top of the roofs at this point. That is also a Yoichibo equipped Untitled. He doesn't have Chantage, so he has a 50% chance to break someone's weapon. But just getting the height advantage from the rooftops is what's really really impactful. However, he's going to stay on the ground and kind of potentially face against Merrick here. Yeah, Merrick is about to go, so he won't be able to charge up a take aim. Oh, and the samurai dodges that frontal attack there. That would have been a nice weapon break there, but sadly that missed. Hopefully the sleeper will land and had a 60% hit rate. Alright, Bart will go to sleep there from the SleepJa. And now Guitar's White Mage's Quick will land on the Samurai. So that's definitely getting the next action. Okay, so Guitar is Samurai is in a pretty solid spot here. A lot of different plays he can make, for sure. He does have move too, so fly. It doesn't have fly, but he's still able to get around because of his allied bard being kind of in the way, so he's able to just kind of like walk past him and then get right in the middle of that stack. Alright, this is going for the Amano no Marukamo, aka the Cloud Sea Curse. Doesn't get any curse statuses there, but it's still a solid 306 AoE damage there by Guitar Samurai.
Oh, and that Merrick's, yeah, this is not going to be good.
True. Yeah, Merrick also has the Ido too, so he's going to be able to get a lot of AoE damage off in the past turn and in this turn as well. We're looking at potential multi down here as well. Following up, Merrick did get 2 or 3 focuses off early game, so he is looking pretty juiced up, if you will.
Quite juiced indeed.
Yep, he's got 3 targets there: the Sage, the Onion Knight, and the Dragoon.
Onion Knight. Yeah, Onion Knight might be able to make it.
Ooh, 26-22. Ooh, man.
Oh, never mind. that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Oh, he had athletics on that Merrick too.
Yeah, he did. Alright, he's going to go for the Muramasa there. He's going to be a 440 tick. Alright, that's going to down the Dragoon. Onion Knight barely survives in critical. And LastKingSaviour's ward will trigger. That will bring up her protection and grant her region as well. Those were really hard hit there by Guitar's Merrick. Alright, shift gears over to LastKing's Onion Knight. He's in critical, but he does have plenty of plays, including potentially doing a revive through Mastery Arts. He's trying to look at sniping that YoshnJa Orator, but because he's too far down, he's not going to be able to hit the vert.
It's going to be too close.
It wasn't going to be too close now yet. What?
Oh,
okay. You know, it's not a bad
That's actually a good play too. Yeah.
If the run weapon triggers, that would be a decent play there if we can get it. He did not get the break, however. Unfortunately there by LastKingSaviour, but that was a good play on his behalf. I saw a 205 region tick there thanks to Onion Armor's region. Alright, looks like Guitar's going to shift his Orator back towards the center of the map where all the nasty stuff's happening. I guess he looks like he might be trying to speechcraft that Knight out.
Maybe a Doom? Oh no, he's still got Angel Ring on, never mind. Got a few options. Take out the bow on the Onion, clean up the Sage.
You do a Berserk.
Yep, there it is.
See if it lands at 60%, it does connect. Alright.
Didn't have it.
So, yeah, so that Knight is now forced to only do attacks. The attacks are heightened by 1.5x more damage. But however, LastKing also no longer has control of her, so the AI is going to be using that Knight. like Guitar's gonna go hit.
That might be something to worry about.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the defender isn't the hardest thing, but I mean, it is boosted now, so still gonna be some damage that LastKing definitely could use.
No joke.
280 hit there.
Not too shabby.
I wonder why Guitar hasted the Bard. Did I miss something? Or maybe... I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe he was going for something else or something. I'm not. Yeah, like instead of going like for Asuna. But either way.
Yeah, it could have been a mistake.
Yeah. Alright, that's a double kill there by Guitar Samurai. Alright, and LastKing only has 1 unit remaining, and this is Onion Knight. He is he is damaged, but that's probably going to be about it there.
Yeah, I mean 400 Eidos. That'll probably do it.
Charging a take aim, 964, that will connect, and that is a down.
No, no protect. I was like, how?
And we'll do it. And that game will end at 25-47.
Good games to you guys.
GG's. Alright, let's go get these guys back on the mic. Alright, Guitar and LastKing, are you guys there?
Yep.
Guitar, are you there?
Good game.
Okay, good.
Yes.
GG's.
Man,
both
good
fell.
game, man.
Yeah, it was the item or your inventory thing, LastKing. I noticed you were also trying to go for elixir. I haven't seen or getting reports about this, so that's something we'll need to look into after we get done with this.
I thought it was sweet to just jump back in, but that's key, you know. Like regardless, really, I think Guitar would have done his thing. So that's all cool.
I mean, maybe the case, but I mean, still, if you should have had access to an elixir, for example, to get Cloud back to full instead of going for the X spot. So that's something I'll have to look into after the fact. But I do appreciate you both. It was a very solid game that you guys both put up. GG's to you, Guitar, for taking the debut on this series.
Thank you.
And LastKing, appreciate the fight that you put up. Definitely made some solid plays there.
Yeah.
Wing, what would you say was probably the most valuable unit between both player parties that you've seen in both games? Who do you think would be the MVP?
I would say probably the Crown Scepter White Mage is definitely like a key unit just to keep the tempo going. Because C8 has pretty low speed, and he definitely Guitar definitely capitalized on those quicks on the Samurai and the Contract 8 in Game 1.
Okay. I can agree with that. I would say the White Mage is pretty much the solid MVP there for Guitar's team. For LastKing, who do you think would have been the MVP for his team? Just pick your brain real quick.
I'd almost have to say the Sage. Like, Sage definitely put in the work there. Definitely had some good swing plays there with the Sleep Juzz. And the Golem definitely made Guitar have to play around it a little bit. He was able to play around it, but it got one solid block in, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Having take aim or having aim skill set and utilizing take aim to get around Golem was definitely an advantage for Guitar's behalf to be able to go around like Golem shield. But I would also have to agree with your assessment with Sage. I think his Sage was definitely the highlight of his team ultimately in terms of like how much work was put in. The Dragoon also did a decent bit of work too, especially just with damage.
Yeah, the Dragoon. Yeah, Dragoon definitely did work.
A lot of hard-hitting jumps there, and honestly, Guitar's jumps were also hard-hitting, so Dragoon was just both Dragoons were doing a lot of hippity hops across the map, and a lot of solid burst damage there on both behalf. But yeah, I appreciate the games that you guys have put up. Once again, congrats to you, Guitar, for taking the win there. Last King, appreciate the games you put up as well. You played very well. Hopefully I'll take a look into that inventory thing that was going on there, because that did not seem right. But I'm glad you kind of highlighted it too, because you kept on going to me. I'm like, okay, something seems a little off there. You keep bouncing back and forth like Hiyamori. So, but either way, I do appreciate the games, guys, and viewers. Thank you guys for joining us this evening as well. Getting through kind of some of the technical difficulties of getting the series started and this stuff, and as well as viewing the match from start to finish. Thank you all as well. Hope you all enjoyed the match that Guitarmanager and LastKingSaviour put up for you guys, and I will see you all next Tuesday for Series 2. Hope you all have a good one.